Hi there, signs of Leo. This is Kim here to do a reading for your next 48 hours. I hope that looks good. Let's see. Asking your spirit team to join us, of course, asking your angels. Leo, these messages are for your highest good. We're using mystical medleys. Mystical medleys for Leo. Tell us about Leo's issue. And by the way, if you want a private reading, you can get one of those. Just contact me throughout the description box. You'll find an email. Okay. What? Seven of Cups is the issue. What's the challenge? The High Priestess. Heart of the matter. Six of Wands. Past energy. Ace of Swords. Make sure it's just one in the reverse. Okay. Oh, and this is mystical medleys, by the way. This deck that I'm using is called Mystical Medleys. Right off of Amazon. Okay, what's the challenge looking like? Did I say challenge? I'm not. Whew, you know what? I'm a Leo too. Maybe we're just really confused today. I don't know. With the Seven of Cups. It's like making a big point for your reading. What is crowning Leo? Okay. The Knight of Swords in the reverse. What is Leo's future energy looking like? Hangman in the reverse. Okay. What is Leo feeling? What's Leo feeling? Okay, well, that's not bad. I mean, it's some heavy energies, but it's exactly how you would want them, Leo, right? Wow. Wow. You are reinventing a situation. We're going to have to talk a whole lot about your feelings because that is something that it feels like you may not be as in touch with. I don't know. There's something there that we'll discuss. Well, all of it, but we'll clarify for more. So what is in the environment? What is the energy in the environment? Chariot in reverse. That makes sense. Hopes or fears for Leo? Hopes or fears? Well, that's good. It's good. It's time. Look, it's time, isn't it? Time for something to get moving, and it's time for something to, well, it's time for that new perspective to kind of pay off. The wisdom from a new perspective, if that makes sense. What is the outcome? And we usually get to for the outcome for Leo. Look at those red eyes in that Wheel of Fortune. It's the only Wheel of Fortune that I have that kind of looks a little angry. So I don't know. What's going on? Okay, well, you are waiting on news. And your outcome is waiting on news and feeling like there's something that you're doing. I mean, maybe that's the challenge. You're doing something all like by yourself or without much guidance. Like I don't know if you're wanting to be guided and then there's not much guidance or something like that. I don't know. But we're gonna figure this out. So Ace of Swords in the reverse in the past is to me that's when you feel like you can't come up with like an idea, or you don't have all the information that you really need, or not any information. I don't see it necessarily as a lie. Maybe if it were a different card, but Ace of Swords, it could just be like omitting information or something, information just not Not all there to access. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Two of Swords. So when I first tried to do your reading, the reason it was hard for me, is the first take at least, was this, the thing on the headphones. The noise reducer wasn't on. So I had to like redo it, do everything. And this was one of the main issues, was the Two of Swords in the reverse. It was actually the challenge. So that is maybe being undecided, having to juggle like what to do, or what decision to make, but undecided because of not having all the information that you really need to make a decision. It feels a little bit so what is this Two of Swords in reverse? Give me more on that. Okay, King of Pentacle energy. Taurus energy, it can be about business and about making decisions regarding like money or finances, and what you're committed to, and or who you're committed to. It has to do with that. The Seven of Cups is being a little confused about your options. Sometimes the Seven of Cups could indicate escapism, but it doesn't always have to. But there is something affecting your ability to see completely clearly. And the challenge is listening to your intuition. So your intuition's there, and it's probably on point. But however, you being able to wisely discern what it is might be an issue because of the Seven of Cups. The Six of Wands is in the reverse at the heart of the matter. That might be feeling like it may be feeling like you should be recognized for more, or appreciated, maybe more appreciation shown your way, or something like that. So the World card is a completion. It's coming across to me too that the Six of Wands is like, if it's in the reverse, it's almost like saying that you don't want some kind of attention. It might be saying like the heart doesn't want attention on a certain, I don't know, issue or something like that. So I don't know, but I feel like this is you shying away from attention. But there is a completion that's wanting to come. This has something to do with fate and destiny here. The Wheel of Fortune and the World showing up in your reading. So it's Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo energy. Something feels like it's fixed. The only, like there is, of course, there's this destiny coming for you, but as far as how fast or when it shows up, well, this is why something is going a little slower. So Leo's having issues with how you're feeling coming out of a hardship with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, or coming out of a time where you're feeling like you're, I don't know, either an outsider or not accepted very well, or not where you're supposed to be, or something like that, lonely. It's coming out of that. Maybe a financial worry. Also, maybe breaking free from some kind of medical worry. It's a worry here on the tangible material realm. The Ten of Swords is paired with it. It's in the reverse. So it's like, with this card, it's, you know, it's peace. It's noticing that the worst is behind you. But so those are that's the memory of those emotions. Maybe that's what you're feeling, is the memory of something that it feels like you have done before. But this is going to be totally different, and that's why the Ten of Swords is here. And maybe you feel confused because something is coming across maybe more as excitement, maybe even feeling like anxiety, but it's like excitement of what's coming. Because these cards are really fortunate. If you're feeling these, then you're feeling that things are about to get better. So really reinventing something completely, either, you know, a relationship, a career, the money, the finances, it's something big. And it's like not looking back on those feelings because it's putting it in the past. 10-10 is divine timing and patience here. So the Chariot in the reverse with the Knight of Swords in the reverse is, it's feeling like a pause. And then there's going to be something to seize the day about. There's going to be something to go after. I feel like there's change. I'm really surprised that the Death card is not out here, because it feels like this is change and transformation for yourself with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Or it could be Gemini energy, but this influencing energy is something that hasn't changed, that needs to change. And it has to do with your perspective. Everybody's going to have a different reason of why their perspective is not clear or as clear as it could be. We could be seduced on an idea, you know what I mean? Head in the clouds. So this is saying, hey, let's take a pause and let's look at what's not changing, because it's time to use this perspective. Like I said in the beginning, it's time for you to use this new perspective that you have earned, the wisdom that you've earned, to help you get down from a waiting period, to help you feel unstuck. And it might have to do with reinventing of the self, like on a, it might be both. It might be financial and health, you know. Or a relationship. I mean, it could be that too, walking away from a painful cycle. The Ten of Wands is like you're putting your best effort and you're almost to a completion. You're almost home is the metaphor for that card. Tell me about this pause with the Chariot in reverse. Tell me about the pause. Well, it's to heal a situation. The pause is needed. Putting the brakes on. The Four of Swords in the reverse. Needing to take a time out. Needing to, it feels like, recharge. Yeah, and finally bury those emotions that are keeping us in a lower vibration than really what we should be at. This is going to raise it. How you're feeling, whatever you're improving for yourself, that's going to raise it too. Excuse me. Getting kind of hot. This coffee, I think, is making me hot. It's putting something in the past and burying it. And it's something that was painful. Could even be talking about a loss of some sort. But, so yeah, there's something that needs a timeout, rest, recovery. Why doesn't Leo feel like they're on top of the world with the Six of Wands in the reverse? Why doesn't Leo feel like they're on top of the world, even though the world has shown up here in your reading? Oh, okay. Because of feeling... Now, this card, like I said in the beginning, if this Ace of Swords, if it were the Page of Swords in reverse, I would have felt like it was saying that you've been lied to, or somebody has possibly, yeah, a misunderstanding someone, or somebody completely trying to throw you off or confuse you by telling you something that's not true. That could be what's, and that would be the card that I would think would represent that. So let's go on to, let's first clarify the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Tell me about what needs to change. What needs to change. And it might be also the decision and the focus The decision and the focus. What needs to change? Direction, possibly. Changing direction. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. What isn't changing? It's well, it's just kind of saying that whatever you have lost patience in, whatever is just not paying you back, or like what you're investing in, it's not having, it's getting really frustrated on the results is what it is. So the Five of Cups is coming out here now. I was going to clarify this, but maybe it's clarifying the Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Cups. Tell me more about that. That's usually disappointment, loss, or sadness, or regrets. But it has to do with a major change or transformation. Being the master of yourself. Something could make you very angry, especially if you were told something, like I said, that trying to keep you down, or from succeeding, from feeling on top of the world when you should be feeling on top of the world. Because that's the energy that's going to help you manifest what it is that you're wanting. This disappointment in an investment or in something that didn't change, you got to watch for the energies that it's bringing to how you're feeling, especially with manifesting. But you already know that. So maybe it's just a reminder that you might need. And focus on the mood, the King of Cups, keeping it balanced. Could be a Scorpio energy. You have Scorpio twice. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. The Five of Swords. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be a big, or there is, like you're feeling like there was an ending when it came to playing games. Not playing games is kind of like what I'm meaning. Yeah, the Five of Wands, it can be a competitive nature, but it can be like just kind of petty arguing that always had people's mood or spirit off balance, you know what I'm meaning? And it's putting an end to that. It's saying I'm not going to let that, or things from the past, because there's a way that you're perceiving information, I feel like, from your past, and you're perceiving it in a very clouded way because it's not putting you on the top with this World card, and you should be feeling like you're on top, if that makes sense. Okay, so there's something about this and about this transformation. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, nice. So, Leo, like, the Hangman in reverse is saying it's time, it's high time, right, for you to use that new perspective, for you to use the new perspective and the wisdom that it gave you to get down. Look, what does it do? Oh, wow. It lets you stand in your own inner authority and see that kind of in your environment, or see that in your external world too. You're the author of your own authority, and you're making that known here. It's time to get down and get a new perspective, and maybe time to get to work. You know, with that Eight of Pentacles, it's like, if you don't feel like you're succeeding, don't deceive yourself. You're doing really well. A hit or a loss is one thing, and don't let it skew your view of how much transformation that you have already made up until this point. And don't drag these past depressing type energies of clinging to the past. Don't drag it with you. Yeah. Wow, Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor. Talk about some really powerful cards. You could expect your finances to get better, and some kind of craft or skill that you're good at also getting better. Yeah. There's a disappointment that pops up when I'm talking about these energies. So that the change the reinventing of maybe your work situation, or how you use your authority in the world, how you have strategy, knowing what to do next. Got to release this disappointment. We have to figure out what it is that after we have had a disappointment, well, what could we replace it with? And then we let go of the disappointment. And then we have something new maybe to go after. The Wheel of Fortune, it's time for something fortunate to turn for you. These energies, if you choose to get in them, will give you a lot of energy to work and control where things are going. And that is the strategy. That is the strategy. The Wheel of Fortune's bringing in really good news. Page of Wands. I feel like this Page of Wands is also looking at this World card. So good news coming in the form of completions, new chapters, and just good luck, because the Wheel of Fortune is like, you'll know that you are fortunate. So what is the Eight of Wands in the reverse doing with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse? This is really about communication. And I feel like it's about communication between yourself, but also maybe being decisive or deciding what you want to go after or target. Because the Queen of Swords in the reverse is kind of like, if it's in the reverse, she may be disconnected from her heart space, or she just might be kind of like maybe wishy-washy and not really just, using what her traits, make her great at. And like, so using those qualities. So let's get a different deck and let me get some advice. And we'll get advice with that Queen of Swords in the reverse. So what would you do? It could be a Libra energy. Could be Libra, Capricorn, or Sagittarius energy. So Spirit, give us some advice on making this decision, because it looks like in the past we didn't make a decision, and here in the future we still have a decision that's not being made. So how do we deal with this, and how do we fix this communication issue with the Eight of Wands in the reverse? The Empress energy in reverse. Okay. It's busting through a creative block. It's about making the decision, and it's going to open up some creativity for you. The Empress energy has to focus on themselves and their own issues first before, whatever they have starts manifesting as the cornucopia or the Empress energy. So you have to be open to receiving, and you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself. So making sure you're healing, and then knowing exactly, knowing what you want. I'm surprised we didn't have the Hermit. Also, might be talking about revisiting a situation. The Six of Swords in the reverse. Listening to your intuition this time. So that you don't get stuck in a stormy situation. And I think everything works out really well. What about the guidance? Oh, okay. So the guidance has to do about when there's this instability when it comes to mood or what makes you upset. I think that can be, there's something about that coming into your work or getting into your work. So it's really necessary to master the mood for this to improve, for your work to improve. How else about work improving? Tell me more about that. Mastering yourself will master your work. Take time out for that. The Chariot in reverse. Take time out for that. Find out more information when it comes to travel or a job or driver's license too. And get ready for good news. The chance to look at something a different way. Judgment in reverse makes me feel like if you're holding any like judgment, or you're angry at yourself, then that energy, like with disappointment, sadness, regret, that has to be, like, you have to look at forgiving yourself and loving yourself. It's tied directly to this higher vibration chapter for you. So Spirit, how do we bring in the how do we bring in this Eight of Pentacles energy? How do we bring it in? Trust in the unknown. Of course, it's going to be like that. How do you bring it in? By listening to your intuition when you come to big decisions. By listening to your intuition and by staying on the path. The moon light, the moon energy is subtle, but it does reveal a little bit at a time. So taking small bites of problems or issues at a time is also a message that will really help you, and be open to the changes that your intuition is wanting to make. That's what I feel like your message mainly is. You know what? Let's get a timing card. Why not? Let's get a timing card for Leos. We'll do like pile 1, 2, or 3. You can just pick 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so it's a timing card, so it will have like month or something like that. Year. So number 1, if you pick number 1, it says 4 years. If you pick number 2, it says 7 months. And number 3 is 24 hours. So that is what I've got for you. Leos, sending you love and light. Thanks for joining me. Let me get a oracle card to leave you with. Yeah. Let's do something from the Real Talk. I like this little deck. Real Talk. Let's do something from that. Action. See, this is no action, and this is action. It says action. You are the director of your life, and sometimes you have to yell action to yourself. Take the initiative to make progress and to start moving forward with your endeavors. It's never too late to start and use and take however many takes you need. And then the Shmoney, affirm your status as a money magnet and align your thoughts accordingly. Money is simply an energy, and therefore you always have the opportunity to match that vibration. Know that you are deserving of your material desires. I also have vision. Visualize your dreams. Visualization is the first step to make your dreams come true. If you can see it clearly in your mind's eye, then you are putting yourself mentally where you want to be physically. The mind is powerful. Use it to create your own reality. Beautiful. That's what I got for you, Leos. Sending you love and light. Contact me if you want a private reading. And thanks for showing. Please like, share, subscribe. And thanks for coming back if you have come back. Bye-bye.